Last one, please rise for the pledge.
Good morning, everyone. Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll have a moment of silence. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We're trying something new this morning with a virtual meeting under the circumstances in which we are in right now. This morning, we have Mr. Bruce Butler with us, who is our 911 Director and Public Information Officer, and he's going to give us an update on things. Thank you, Bruce, for being here this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. At this point, as of this morning, there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Susquehanna County. There are testing centers that are open at the hospitals and other facilities that are doing testing. As far as right now, again, there are no confirmed cases. Just to give an update of what the county has been doing, excuse me. So back in early February, we began situational awareness from what we were hearing throughout the world related to COVID-19. From that point on, later through February as well as into early March, the commissioners initiated department head meetings as well as elected officials meetings to have the discussions about the ways that we can continue taking care of our community as well as keeping our employees safe. Late in February and going into early March, we began taking actions here in the courthouse for disinfecting. Again, everything was followed through the CDC recommendations and Pennsylvania emergency management recommendations at that time as well. March 12th, we began a level 3 activation of our emergency operations center, which means that we went to an enhanced watch situation. And at that time, the commissioners also did a protective isolation of the Department of Public Safety staff so that we can focus on the needs that we needed to take care of, as well as put us in a situation where, excuse me, we were together in a group. March 19th, the county declared a state of emergency. And March 23rd of this week, we began appointments into the courthouse and other facilities by appointment only. We again have been recommending to everyone to follow the CDC website, follow the Department of Health website, follow PEMA.gov websites, and any other resources that possibly are out there that can guide your specific needs as we go through this crisis. SusquehannaCounty.com website, we began to take a very proactive approach on that throughout the beginning of March, and now we are actively working every day to put information on that website that can meet all the needs that may have arisen from everything from food pantries to superintendents' information that they're providing to us, as well as information on the blood drive, anything that may be coming up related to unemployment, the passage of the bill last night, anything that we can find that can assist our community in trying to get resourceful information, we're putting links on that website. We began having interaction with all of our county agencies, which is critical. Our jail, our recycling center, our courts, our frontline employees such as our children and youth and our probation, our sheriff's departments, focusing on their needs as well as trying to do everything we can to keep the operations stable. We've been working with Endless Mountains Health Systems and Barnes-Cason recently on an active approach to see what needs they may have and to communicate what we are seeing out there. Area on Aging, NEPA Community Health, Center for Disease Control again, Department of Health for Pennsylvania has provided a great deal of information. We're working with VOAD and other agencies within our community and have a large call tomorrow to identify what type of volunteer resources we may have and where we may be able to utilize those resources to meet our community needs. Tree Hub of Susquehanna County, Interfaith, again, we have been very communicative with our superintendents on their food drives and other needs that they have. Our municipalities, we've had a number of calls from municipalities, and we have a number that have declared states of emergency at this point. Emergency responders and the needs that they have. Our food pantry individuals, PennDOT, the American Red Cross, and multiple other agencies that have had questions and other types of information, all within the focus of trying to do all we can to mitigate the crisis in our county, as well as take care of our healthcare providers who are our front line. The recommendations that we have been the same all the way through, and that is to follow the CDC website, the guidelines that have come through for social distancing and all the other things that we've been hearing on a regular basis. We are asking, and again, this has been publicly promoted, if you have questions, go to those websites. Please do not call 911 with questions related to COVID-19 testing. Follow the requirements that are on the CDC, calling your local provider, your healthcare provider, et cetera. We have a number of thank yous that we have. Our county agencies have done a phenomenal job over the course of the last 2 months adapting to this crisis and adapting to the ways that we can continue to serve. The courthouse is operational. It is appointment only. And all agencies within the county government have been working, facing the challenges that they have as well as meeting the needs that you have. Our emergency responders, we're working as close as we can to identify their needs, and they change every day. And keep in mind that our emergency responders now are not just dedicated to COVID-19, they are dedicated to all of the normal things that we deal with. Our healthcare workers, our school districts have been incredible in providing information to us so that we can get it out to the community, and the multiple volunteers. One of the things that we would like to recommend again is follow the CDC guidelines that is still in place. And the other thing is if you came out of New York City or New Jersey, out of a highly impacted area within the last couple of days, for all the recommendations that we're seeing, both at a national level as well as on a statewide level, we're asking that you do a in-home quarantine or stay at home for 14 days to mitigate any potential spread that may occur in the outlying areas to the areas you've come to. We are ready now for any questions you may have.
We'll open it now to public comment for agenda and non-agenda items.
So we can just speak, or what's the?
Please state your name, and then go ahead and ask your question.
This is Vera, can you hear me?
Good morning, Vera. Yes, we can hear you.
Good morning, Vera. Oh, good morning. I thought we might also see a visual. We're not seeing a visual on the internet?
Should be.
We thought you were.
I don't. Okay, I still don't see the visual, I just hear the sound. But I just missed part of what he was saying because I just got on. What states, if you come in, that you should do a self-quarantine? What states did he just mention?
Well, the recommendations, Vera, that are coming out of the governor's offices as well as the president's council is the states that have highly impacted areas. So, right now the obvious would be for us as the New York and the New Jersey areas that the individuals may have come out of a highly impacted area. But that would go for any area within the country that is designated as a high impact area, and that changes day to day, changes moment to moment, unfortunately.
Right, okay, so now I hear it. And then I understand there's no cases in Susquehanna County, is that true?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct as of this moment.
Thank you, Vera.
And then who is speaking actually? Who is this gentleman? I don't recognize him.
Bruce Butler, he is the Director of 911 and our Public Information Officer.
Oh, okay, great. And then I also understand when I called the Endless Mountains Hospital a couple of days ago, and my doctor in New Milford, that there are no test kits in Susquehanna County. Is that true?
We are not hearing anything of that sort, Vera, no. We are not hearing that information. That has not been passed to us.
So what are you saying? There are test kits in Susquehanna County?
I spoke with both hospital administrators last night and asked about their needs. That was not one of the needs that they brought up, but again, that would not be a need potentially that they would bring to us, but we are not hearing that from any agency at this point.
Thank you,
Okay,
Vera.
that's what I heard from the hospital.
And what, Vera, when was that again? When was that, Vera, that you heard that?
I called about 5 days ago. They said no test kits for Susquehanna County.
Okay.
They're still waiting.
Okay, well, that is a hour-to-hour changing cycle. So again, as I said, we did speak last night, so I cannot speak to that as being a need in the county. No one has brought that to our attention. Thank you.
Yeah, could you find out about that?
Sure.
And ask that question?
We certainly can. We'll be glad to. Not a problem.
Thank you, Vera.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a
Thank you.
good day.
Stay safe. Is there another?
Can I have the floor, please?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can. Good morning. Can you state your name, please?
Yes, this is Ron Burton from Halsted.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Good morning. I'd like to tell you about a project that I'm working on with this laptop. It's called Folding at Home. And what it's doing is running computer models to help solve the virus projects.
Okay.
Where can people get information on that?
They can go to foldingathome.org, and what this does, they can download it and they can run it on their computer in the background. And I've had mine running for 2 weeks, and I've already been in on about 20 projects, and we've got all this computing power idle at these schools, so we might be able to use them computers to help fight this virus.
Okay, thank you for your input.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Stacy, are
Also
you?
that,
Oh, whoops.
Go ahead, Ron. Did you have something else to add?
yeah, also, they can set this up so that Susquehanna County schools can set up teams to, download the software and compete against each other to, help solve this virus.
Okay, thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
Good morning. Stacy, are you there?
You looking for me?
Yeah, we are.
I'm here.
Hi.
I'm here. I was just waiting for everybody
Oh,
else.
that's all right. We just heard you were there. Good morning.
Good morning. First of all, thank you to Bruce. He's been great in getting information out and getting back to me. And I know it's a very difficult time right now.
Thank you, Stacy.
So, but I appreciate him confirming and helping me out with information when I need it.
You're very welcome, Stacy.
You said you're welcome, Stacy.
And like I said yesterday, let me know what you need, and because I have people reaching out to me, and hopefully we can connect on any needs.
Okay, Stacy, I'll touch base with you this morning about the VOAD call tomorrow, and get you updated on that as well, man, so you have what you need for that.
Thank you. I
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
And thank you for everything you're doing, Stacy. Thank
Hey,
you.
we're plugging along.
Any questions?
You have any questions on?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the COVID-19 crisis, because there is a rumor I've been hearing that someone who works in the courthouse had traveled outside of the country and did not quarantine, and so I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to speak to that, and maybe we can set everybody's mind at rest.
Okay, I am not familiar with, anybody being quarantined of employees that came back from anywhere. I know it has been a very, focused, agenda, not only through Human Resources, but the Chief Clerk and the Commissioners to follow that. Stacy, from as far back as early to mid-February, we began having those dialogues and discussions, so. At this point right now, there has not been anything that's brought to my attention about any individual that traveled to an area that may have had an impact. And we, again, if it was somebody that had come from an area that had an impact or had gone through a location that potentially had an impact, there would have been a recommendation from the commissioners to take appropriate actions. Again, following at the dates what the CDC was recommending.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now we'll move to my agenda questions, and we'll pretend life is kind of normal. On agenda number 5, and I just have the tentative agenda from the website, which was the ag easement.
Yes.
Do you have the acreage that's going into that?
I do not have that number in front of me, Stacy. We'd have to get that for you. I don't have it in front of me.
All right, not a problem. I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
And then, item 7 and 8, which deal with medical services at the jail.
Yes.
Are those new company contracts, or are they a continuation of contracts for companies that
No,
we've worked with?
no, number 7 is a continuation. That's who we've had. And approved telemedicine and extend
That's
medical
new.
intervention. And that's what we had, yes.
Telemedicine is.
Okay.
Telemedicine is what?
That's the new.
The-
Number,
number-
the other one for
number 8.
telemedicine is, the new one that we just put in.
Right.
So that our employees, instead of having to go to a doctor's office or a clinic or the emergency room, can, go on and use telemedicine to, try and take care of their needs.
Okay, great, thank you. And then number 9 on the draft agenda, which was the animal cruelty.
Yes.
That one looks new to me. I don't think I've seen this one come through before, so if you guys could explain
Well,
that.
it is something new, and it is in the county code under section 1935, appropriations to societies for prevention of cruelty to animals. And so that's why we decided this year to do that.
And so where is that 50,000 going to go?
It's gonna go to True Friends Animal Welfare to help with, to help them run their program out there and all the animals that they take in every year. It's over 400 animals a year that they're taking in and helping to find homes for. So it's animal control and it's cruelty to animals.
I think that was all I had from the agenda, that's all I had noted.
Okay, any other questions from anyone else? Thank you, Stacy. Thanks, Stacy.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll make a motion to
I
close.
have a question.
Good morning.
Good morning, this is Valerie Finney from Oakland Borough.
Good morning, Val.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So, I thought that this would be a great opportunity with all of you guys sitting there along with, the emergency services there. I've been trying to figure out, I've been running around talking to different people, and I kind of been getting, with the COVID crisis, it's a lot of people have a lot of uncertainties with everything changing so rapidly. So I thought I'd ask you guys, we have an issue here where people who typically did not utilize services like food banks all of a sudden need to because they don't have work. And unfortunately, people live paycheck to paycheck around here. In Oakland, we have like over 40% of people live under the poverty line guidelines. And when some of our residents are going like to the Triborough Food Bank in Lanesboro, and then we also have the Tree Hut in Susquehanna, they're being turned away for a couple of reasons. The Triborough is turning people away because they can't handle the new influx. So unless you were registered last month, you cannot go this month. And then they have the Susquehanna, the Tree Hut there. I know that they have been struggling to keep food in there, but we had a resident, typically, 2 people in the home, they're working, 2 kids, they're fine. They told me they were having food insecurity issues. I encouraged them to call the number that's on a resource list for me as a councilman. And they called, and the number said to come and knock on the door and you'll be assisted. And when they did, they said a woman came out in her 20s and said, sorry, we're not giving out food right now due to the COVID crisis. This is secondhand information, but it does kind of lead me back to our residents going, well, how are we going to handle this influx of people who maybe before had the ability to get food, but now they don't? So what are you guys, do you have any thoughts to that? Do you have any recommendations? Do you have any direction to point me in so I can come back to my council and we can discuss this?
Yes, Valerie, it's a question it's a great question. It's gonna become a need in our county as well as nationwide. It's going to be one we're all gonna have to work together to see what we can do to meet. What we started doing actively about a week ago was on the Susquehanna County website. We have links to the list of food pantries in Susquehanna County, each of which has contact information, as well as the school district's websites, which each of them are changing regularly related to their food distribution plan. We added 2 on Monday that came out of Pima. One is called No Hunger PA, and the other one I believe is called Feeding PA. And they are links for all residents within the state of Pennsylvania to go on to find resources for food. We're having a call tomorrow with a large group of volunteer organizations to discuss the need. I will absolutely bring up Oakland's need for you. We will see if we can identify some of the updated information. They did update everything on Friday. We will find out for you again what we can do to get information. The other thing we are establishing this morning, which came out of discussions late yesterday with our Department of Public Safety staff, was we're going to put a link on our website for people who are willing to volunteer or donate, and have it sent onto our website so we can forward it to the other people. Normally, that's not something emergency management would do. What we will be doing is providing that link to the social agencies so we can forward to them ways that we can get hands to feed these people, because we need to take that action.
If I could add something.
Sure.
Weinberg and Tree have the two organizations that
Yes.
provide food pantry and food bank services to our county. I have been in contact with them to notify them of your concerns, as you and I talked last evening. So they are aware of that. We'll keep you posted. This is a very big priority, but we do have regular communication with them. So they have been notified of that. So we're waiting to hear an answer on that, Valerie. But thank you for advocating and thank you for your concern.
Thank you. I have one more question along those lines. Would there be an avenue if we put in a resource request to the county for our community? If we had a need arise over the next couple of weeks, people being out of work and we're seeing an increase in people who need food, I know that that's probably like not your typical resource request. Do you feel that that's something that if we put that in, that we would actually get that kind of resource?
So-
Or is
so-
that just not an avenue to pursue?
No, yes, ma'am, that is an avenue to pursue. So that is part of emergency management during crisis situations if people are not being fed. The first thing that we do is we work together from the agency's perspective, from the municipality, and from the local government perspective to meet the need. And then if we find out that we cannot do that, then at that point, we would put a need into the Pennsylvania Emergency Management in Harrisburg to identify the need. So let's work on doing everything we can to get the local agencies connected, identify where our needs are, and then if we get to that point, yes, ma'am, you absolutely can get to that level.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And you guys are doing great. Thank you for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you.
Thank you, yours as well.
Thanks for calling. Yep. Are there any other questions?
Yes, this is Vera again.
Okay,
I'd like to know, because Valerie just mentioned a 40% poverty rate in Oakland Township. Do you have a poverty rate for the whole county? Is that similar to 40%?
The entire county doesn't run at the same poverty level. Each different area has its own, a lot of that is, you can review it from the amount of free and reduced lunch services at the schools. Some of the schools run higher than others, but you'll find that in certain pockets it's 40%, some might be a little bit higher than 40, others may be as low as 20%.
So you don't have an overall county rate
No.
at this point?
No. That will probably
And I
could
think
come out, in the next census if everybody fills out the census.
Absolutely. Really important, guys, to fill out that census, especially with us being
And do-
home. For those that don't know, if I could just mention that the census has been being brought up, we get paid about $2,100 per person that replies. So it makes a big difference with people making sure that they do participate in that.
And especially the college kids that are home, please make sure they get counted here and don't get counted at the college universities, because that way we get the funding in our communities instead of the universities getting it.
And at last count, only 10% of our county has responded thus far. So we have a little bit of movement.
and since we're all talking
Yeah,
about
I
the
just
census right now, Vera, also, if you didn't get anything in the mail from the census, you can go right on
I
PA.
didn't.
Okay, well, listen, yeah, you go right on pa.gov, right to the website. I did it right from my telephone. It was about 8 questions.
Okay.
It takes you about 5 minutes. It is so easy. Anybody can do it, from your computer, from your phone, or by paper. And they're not invasive questions. They're not in.
I will get a push out on our Facebook page because we have a lot of traffic about
Okay.
the census for you today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Stacy.
Yeah, and
Spread
they're
the word.
not invasive questions. They're just questions like, what's your name and address, and where you live, and how many people live in your house. It doesn't ask your occupation, it doesn't ask your income, anything. So it's very, very simple, 5 minutes, and please, people, do that. Be diligent and do that. Thank you. Stacy, I'm sorry, Vera, what?
Do you still need, do you still need census workers? Like last time I thought there was 300 people needed for our county.
Yes,
Is that still
Yes.
true?
yes.
Not 300 people. We don't need 300, but they still are looking for help, yes.
Do you know how many you need?
I don't know the current number, the last number given within the last couple of weeks, we needed about 55 more. But I can work on getting an updated count for that and let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Vera. Thank you.
Stace, are you there? Stacy? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, we came up with that acreage for you on that easement. It was 167.47 acres. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? All right,
Okay, make a-
I'd like to ask a question about the Lyme task force. There's 2 doctors mentioned on that task force. I don't recognize those names. Are they local people in the county?
they're not in our county, actually, Vera. Dr. Mast is in Wyoming County, but he's been a part of it, right, for the last few years. And then Dr. Cameron is actually in New York State. But they're both doctors that have come and spoke to us. And it's for us,
Okay.
we've done events with them and they've been speakers for us, and they're there by telephone for us if we have a question or we need them. So we're very grateful to have them.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome.
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
I'll second that motion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Bruce.
you. Have a good day.
Okay, make
Take
a
care.
motion to approve item 2.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve the minutes of the March 11th, 2020 Commissioners Meeting, seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve item 3.
I will second that.
Motion by Commissioner Hall to ratify and approve the bills, seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 4, there's no action to be taken on that, so we'll go by number 4. On to number 5, please.
Motion to approve 5.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve entering into an agreement for the sale and purchase of an agriculture easement between James W. Robertson, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Agriculture Land Board, and Susquehanna County Conservation Board for an agriculture easement on property in Lenox Township for $128,501, effective March 25th, 2020. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve item 6.
I will second that.
Motion by Commissioner Hall to approve entering into a purchase of service agreement with Western PA Child Care LLC for Service F services for children and youth, effective July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, per the recommendation of Michelle Graziano. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve item 7.
I will second that.
I've got a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve entering into a comprehensive health services agreement with Correctional Care, Inc., Moosic, PA, for health services at the Susquehanna County Correctional Facility at an annual cost of $108,000 plus cost of services, effective April 1st, 2020 through March 31st, 2025, per the recommendation of Warden Mark Schell. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve item 8.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve entering into a contract with Telemedicine, Inc., Exton, PA, for access to medical evaluation and treatment through Swift MD Telemedicine Services, effective April 1st, 2020, at a cost of $4 per enrolled employee per month, paid by the county. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 9.
Make a motion to approve item 9.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to support section 1935 of the PA County Code for appropriations to societies for the prevention of cruelty to animals. The county will provide funding to True Friends Animal Welfare Center in compliance with section 1935 in the amount of $50,000. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve item 10.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve proclamation 2020-04 proclaiming April 2020 as Pennsylvania 811 Safe Digging Month. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve item 11.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve proclamation 2020-05 proclaiming April 2020 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Susquehanna County. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor, say aye.
Motion to approve item 12.
Motion by Commissioner,
Oh, I'll second
oh,
that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Motion by Commissioner Hall to review and award the bids on the 2015 Dodge Caravan, seconded by Commissioner Herschel, and the bid was for
That's the amount, and that's the, person.
$4,151.51, and by, Mr. or Mrs. Kamansky. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve 13.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to appoint the following to the Susquehanna County Tick-Borne Disease Task Force effective March 25th, 2020 through March 30th, 2021. And there's a group of people here, and that's seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve 14.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to ratify and approve the hiring of Pamela Ross Montrose to the open union eligible position of part-time kitchen steward at $14.96 per hour, varied hours, effective March 12th, 2020, with a 6-month probationary period and benefits according to the GO bargaining unit contract in the county policy manual per the recommendation of Warden Mark Schell. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve item 15.
I will second that.
Motion by Commissioner Hall to ratify and approve the termination of Jody Hall from the position of full-time corrections officer cook effective March 16th, 2020, per the recommendation of Warden Schell. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve 16.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall, seconded by Commissioner Herschel, to ratify and approve the transfer of Pamela Ross from the position of part-time kitchen steward to the open union eligible position of full-time corrections officer / cook at $14.96 per hour, effective March 23rd, 2020, per the recommendation of Warden Mark Schell. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 18, I will make a motion.
Number 17,
17, I'm sorry.
17.
Number 17, I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to ratify and accept the termination of Joanne Bentler Afano from the full-time union eligible position of Second Deputy Recorder of Deeds, Register of Wills, effective March 16th, 2020, per the recommendation of Michelle Estabrook, Register of Wills and Recorder of Deeds. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve item 18.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to ratify and approve the transfer of James Kane from the position of Deputy Planning Director, GIS Supervisor, to the open full-time non-union position of Director of Planning, GIS, at $48,000 per year, effective March 12th, 2020, with a 6-month probationary period and benefits according to the county policy manual, government mandated requirements, per the recommendation of Rebecca Hubbard, Chief Clerk. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve item 19.
I will second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve the transfer of Kiana Lavery from the position of GIS Technician to the open non-union position of Deputy Director of Planning, GIS, $35,000 per year, effective March 26, 2020, with a 6-month probationary period. According to the county policy and government mandated requirements, per the recommendation of James Kane, Director of Planning and GIS. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor? Aye.
Motion to approve 20.
I will second that.
Got a motion by Commissioner Hall to approve the transfer of Carol Aney from the position of GIS Technician, Administrative Assistant, to the open, full-time, union-eligible position of Administrative Assistant for Planning, GIS, Public Safety, $13.46 per hour, effective March 26th, with a 6-month probationary period and benefits according to the residual bargaining unit contract in the county policy manual, per the recommendation of James Kane, Director in Planning. Seconded by Commissioner Herschel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 21.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting. Sorry.
I will second that.
Motion by Commissioner Hall, seconded by Commissioner Herschel, to close the Commissioners' meeting at 9:34 this morning. We'd like to thank everybody and thank our IT department this morning for helping us out to try to bring this meeting to you like this. And we just want to say to everyone, please be safe, stay calm, wash your hands. We will get through this. And just take care of yourselves.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hit the mute button.